For as long as human beings are uniquely crafted, each an individual in their own strength, might, and sometimes mistakes, misunderstandings and conflicts are unavoidable. People will not always see things from the same viewpoint. People would not always agree on the same sorts of things. That's what makes us different. Variety, they say, is the spice of life. However, in relationships of any kind, and particularly in romantic relationships, marriages, where misunderstandings are unavoidable, it's important that if the two people involved in that marriage are people that really love each other and are fighting for a common goal, that the two people, despite the differences in opinion, despite the misunderstanding and the hurt, would always find their way back to each other. What do I mean? Historically, marriages and committed relationships have always been deemed able to thrive because women have been given the heavy responsibility of being the ones to keep the peace and maintain their homes. It's often said that it's the woman's job in the marriage to keep the home, to keep the peace, and make sure that the home is a safe space for the husband to come to. Now, in that context and in that whole situation, if both parties are not committed first and foremost to God and to the vows and the commitment that they made to each other in the marriage, on the day of the marriage, as I see it, the marriage oftentimes goes through a lot of challenges because they're not on the same page. Regardless of the pain, the hurt, the misunderstandings that are unavoidable and can sometimes happen in relationships, if the two people that are involved in the marriage or committed relationship always go back or fall back to the basics, which is we made a commitment to each other that regardless of the circumstance or situation, that we would always stick to each other, we would always love each other. That relationship has a greater opportunities to survive and stand the test of time than one where two people are in the marriage, one person is fighting tooth and nail for the very survival of that relationship, whilst the other party has this lackadaisical attitude. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, I don't care. If the foundations and the core of that relationship are founded on the basis of, look, you can be mad at me till, you're red, blue, black in your face, but we always have to understand that leaving this marriage is not an option for either one of us, and we're going to stick together and find our path in that maze of anger, frustration, misunderstanding, and hurt, to find our paths back to each other. The relationship has the opportunity to survive. And so the $1 million question you ask in committing to your spouse in marriage is this person somebody that you're wholly and fully able to connect to and commit to, that regardless of what happens to us, no matter how mad I am at you, I would never consider leaving an option. And we can both see things from that same light and do everything humanly possible to make sure that we make our way back and keep this marriage going. And in my opinion, if two people are able to get to that point, That is the essence of marriage.